Good to go. All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Wisconsin Rapids Assumption as we get you ready for Merriwood South girls basketball action here tonight on Selesky Sports. One of the top games in the state tonight, as it is the 5-0 Assumption Royals and the 4-0 Edgar Wildcats. Again, good evening, everyone. Steve Maves alongside Olivia Zimmerman on this Tuesday night here in central Wisconsin as the Merriwood South up for grabs early on here, but this game could take on a whole another level. Whoever wins this one here tonight. Assumption sweeping Edgar last year, 3-0, including a sectional semifinal win up in Marshfield, and on the way for the Royals to a state tournament bid. Looking back, first 4 games for Edgar. Tuesday, November 15th, they started the season at Gilman, a 51-44 win. Thursday, November 17th, against Newman, 59-48. Tuesday, the 22nd, at Marathon, 52-37. And then last Friday at Rib Lake, 69-23. Reagan Borkhardt with 17 points last week, 6 of 21 shooting, but she did rip down 21 rebounds in the Wildcats' win over the Redmen. Leah Davis, 15 points, 5 of 10 from beyond the arc. For Davis, those were her 15 points. For the Assumption Royals, 5 games in the books so far this season. November 22nd at Newman, 65-41. The 25th and the Cranberry Classic, Wabeno Leona, 41-38. The 26th, the next day against Columbus Catholic, 51-36. Last Tuesday, a week ago, at Manawa, 55-26, and then a big win last Friday up in Phillips, taking down the Loggers 77-66. They were trailing at 1 point last week, 20-8 and 38-36 at halftime. Again, 2 teams that know each other, and these girls obviously know each other very well from all of the sports they compete: volleyball, cross country, basketball. Edgar doesn't have a soccer team, but softball, track and field, and the likes of those. So should be a good matchup here tonight. Both teams averaging 57.8 points a game. Assumption giving up 41 points, and Edgar at 38 points per game. Upcoming for Assumption, they host Shagwamigan. We will not be here for the doubleheader. The boys and the girls doubleheader against the Screaming Eagles on Friday. Selesky Sports will not be here. We will not be broadcasting that doubleheader. And we will be in Port Edwards on Friday night for the Blackhawks and the Allman Bancroft Eagles. A huge boys matchup on Friday night in Port Edwards. The Wildcats led by their seniors. Reagan Borkhardt, 22.5 points a game, 14.8 rebounds per game. Leah Davis, 10.2 points per game, and 37% from beyond the arc. She is 13 of 35 from three-point land this year. The Wildcats, we'll get into it during the broadcast. The Edgar Wildcats, 16 made three-pointers. Leah Davis with 13 of those. As we'll turn it over to Jeff Sullivan doing our PA here tonight and get you ready for opening tip in just a moment on Selesky Sports.
Let's keep everyone safe from injury, harm, and disrespect. For athletes, coaches, fans, and officials, give each of us the charity, humility, and courage to play, coach, cheer, and referee in a manner which is pleasing you. Giving our absolute best for your glory and honor. Saint Michael the Archangel, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Please remain standing and join in reciting our Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Starting lineups here tonight. First for the visiting Edgar Wildcats. Senior number 3, Reagan Borkart, 5'10 senior. Senior number 4, a 5'2 senior, Alyssa Ballman. 5'5 senior number 10, Morgan Schnelly. 5'5 senior number 12, Leah Davis. And 5'5 senior number 14, Amber Skripchak. For head coach Tom McCarty and the Edgar Wildcats, Holly Novak, Nicole Novak, and McKenna Gooden. Good to see McKenna back around the area here this year, as she is assisting her alma mater, where she is the all-time leading scorer. For the home Assumption Royals, starting 5'6 sophomore number 2, Sarah Shaw. 5'8 sophomore number 4, Addie Vollert. 5'6 junior number 5, Kendall Dillman. 5'10 senior number 12, Malia Colo. And a 5'7 senior number 24, Kristen Casey. They are head coached by Ryan Klein, assisted by Paul Jaglinski and Charlie Nelson. The Assumption Javiers. As now they have to make sure that the score book is correct. And now Anna Schooley is going to be put into the starting lineup because the scorebook was wrong. So Kristen Casey is not starting. Anna Schooley is going to get a start here tonight because somebody put the wrong starting lineup into the scores book. So Malia Colo and Reagan Borkart to jump things here to start it up. And just getting everything figured out. So Anna Schooley will start. Don't know how long she will be out there. Kristen Casey, again, taken out of a starting role because the scorebook was incorrect. And the opening tip, and we are underway. And it is won by the Edgar Wildcats, working right to left. And Morgan Schnelly to start it up here for the Wildcats in the road. Black uniforms, green numbers, and gold outlines. Again, Leah Davis leading the team in three-pointers, and that's through the hands of Skripchak and an early turnover, something the Royals destroyed Phillips on Friday night. Edgar in a 2-3 zone of their own. Kendall Dillon on the right side. She had 20 against Phillips on Friday. And that one's going to be taken away. Sure is. And body, can't get it to fall, but going to the line and an early turnover and an early foul on Kendall Dillman. The one issue that the Royals were able to hold off on against Phillips was major foul trouble. Anna Schooley had quite a few, but the guards did not. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Fleet Farm. Get crazy low pricing on toys at Fleet Farm. Going on right now. Save up to 50% on all toys, including top toy brands like Barbie, Melissa and Doug, Lego, and Nerf. Get everything you need one stop. Get it all at Fleet Farm. Kristen Casey checked back into the game, this time for Kendall Dillman. And the set going for Schnelly is good. 1 for 2. And Edgar's got the lead. A choppy start here with the starting lineup and ball rolling away after the free throw. Addie Vollert, top of the key over to Kristen Casey. Casey wearing that tape on her right side. Three-pointer, Vollert left short. Rebound taken by Borkart. Again, Reagan averages 14.5 rebounds per game. Assuming a lot of them on the offensive end, where, like we saw in volleyball, she can just out-jump everybody. Snelly down to Borkart. And a foul on Anna Schooley. And that's one thing the Royals cannot afford to do is pick up early foul trouble. 16:53 to go in this first half. 1 minute and 7 seconds gone by. 1-0 Edgar, 2 team fouls. Borkart turns and can't get it to go. Again, offense rebound by Reagan and puts it in. And that's exactly what she does. Misses and gets her own rebound. 3-0 Wildcats just underway. Anna Schooley pull-up jumper baseline. She has perfected that this year. Jordan Jaglinski and Kendall Dillman getting ready to check in. Leah Davis with it now, top of the key. Swings it around over to Bauman. Bauman to Borkart on the baseline. Picks up her dribble, skips the top of the key, through her hands. And that one's going to go out off the fingertips of Morgan Schnelly. Dillman and Jaglinski into the game for Schooley and Shaw. And Kendall Dillman inbound. Sarah Shaw leading the Royals in scoring, 14 points a game. Behind her, Anna Schooley at 12.5. Vollert on the left wing. Jaglinski top of the key, back over to Addie. Not a lot of movement here by the Royals. Vollert tries to throw it into a group, and she does and turns it over. Snelly lost it. Jaglinski comes away with the steal. Ball's on the floor. It's going to be a jump ball to Assumption. 2 minutes gone by, and it feels like it's been about 12 already. I just can't believe this. Only 2 minutes gone by in this first half, and it seems like it has a lot has happened already, and it sure has. Vollert across the timeline resets the offense. Jaglinski in the corner. Vollert over to Dillman. Into Colo. Colo squares up to Jaglinski. Dribbles out of the congestion. Dillman back over to Jaglinski against Leah Davis. Swings around to Vollert. Addie tipped out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Assumption. And Sarah Shaw checks in for Malia Colo. Royals going small here. Going very small here. Shaw on the left side. Into Dillman in the corner. Dribbles baseline, lost another turnover. Got to be a bounce pass. Script shock. And Shaw almost took it away. Sarah, 7 steals a game, and that one was just gifted to her. Shaw down to Jaglinski. Jaglinski out to Dillman. Dillman out to Kristen Casey. Casey all the way, right hand, and she finishes. If you're not stopped, might as well keep going. Bauman swings it around. Schnelly, and intercepted by Shaw. Sarah Shaw outpacing everybody. Right hand throws it up there. Counted and one. Sarah Shaw puts it in and finishes. The most difficult layup Sarah's probably had all season, and she finally finishes one where sometimes she's open and she can't finish. That time she did. Anna Schooley into the game. Michaela Workus into the game, as well as Taylor Lemmer. That was a heck of a job by Sarah Shaw finishing a layup. We'll talk joke about that after the game. Shaw's and one is perfect. And the Royals out to a 7-3 lead. Workus into the game. Michaela was nursing an injury earlier this year. She got into the game against Rib Lake, scored a point. Got double teamed. Sarah Shaw takes it away. It's going to be a jump ball. No foul on that one. Again, that's what Assumption will do. They'll get you back into the front court, double you right away, and then force you to make tough decisions. And Leah Davis to inbound in the front court. Borkart back over to Leah Davis. Again, Leah, 13 three-pointers on the year, 16 made by the Wildcats all season long. Lemmer swings around to Workus. Davis throws it away. Thought she was going to be one place, put it somewhere else. Keep an eye on the other game, another big game we got our eyes on. We got 8 games on the Zaleski Sports Network tonight. But one that has implication in this conference is Newman Catholic at Auburndale. And we'll keep our eyes on that game throughout the broadcast. Down to Schooley. She turns, banks it in. And it's 4 quick points for Schooley, and it's 9-3 Assumption. And tipped by Shaw. Lemmer in the backcourt and throws it away again. And Coach McCarty will take a timeout. Royals putting the pressure on, and they lead at 9-3, 13:57 to go. First half, 30-second timeout. Back to Assumption after this.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. Start your classes and get your degree right here, or transfer to your 4-year.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. In person at 4 convenient campuses, online or a hybrid.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here for your Career Accelerator Certificate, a quick way to get ahead in your career.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here.
Register to start this spring.
Get started at mstc.edu.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here.
Welcome back to Assumption. As the Royals, again, I don't keep turnover totals, which I should, but it's quite a bit already here tonight for the Edgar Wildcats. Score from Auburndale, the Auburndale Eagles 15, the Newman Catholic Cardinals 2. Newman with a huge win over the Thanksgiving break, knocking off McDonald Central. Schooley looking down low. And Anna Schooley's going to get called for the travel. Charlie Nelson just tells her to slow things down here. Michaela Workus inbound in the backcourt. Tipped by Colo. Trying to go over the top of the 5'10 senior. Knocked it into the hands of the Assumption bench. Leah Davis to inbound. She's got sweat in her eyes. She's trying to play through. Lemmer almost turned it over. Taylor, top of the key. Good battle between Colo and Borkhardt down low. And Coach McCarty wants the ball to get into the post. Skips it all the way across to Davis. Leah, left-handed three off the mark. Offense rebound by Regan. Just perfect positioning for the senior. She's up to 4. Again, perfect positioning for Regan Borkhardt, reason she averages 14.5 rebounds a game. Schooley gets double-teamed over to Jaglinski. Jaglinski down to Shaw. Shaw puts it in. Good ball movement there by the Royals, going over the top and paid off that time for Assumption. Workus down to Lemmer. Again, nearing that half-court line. Somehow found Workus. Davis open for 3. Can't let that happen. Too strong. And it's going to be battled for. Borkhardt comes away with it. Back out to Lemmer. Good ball fake. Pull-up jumper in the lane. And puts it in. Taylor for 2, the 5'4 junior. A disaster turning into something good for the Wildcats on that possession. Kendall Dillman getting ready to check in for the Royals. Jaglinski lost it. Turns over. Schooley doesn't want to pick up that second foul. And she does. Anna Schooley with 12:21 to go in the first half picks up her second foul. And going to the line will be Morgan Snelly for 2 free throws. Unlock the best home, auto, commercial, and personal loans in the Rapids area at Key Savings Bank. No matter what you're financing, Key Savings Bank has a personal touch to put you at ease. Dream big with small rates at Key Savings Bank today. Dillman into the game. Vollert into the game. Probably not see Schooley for the rest of the half. And Snelly's 2 for 2 from the line. Vollert running point for Assumption. Confusion here by the Royals. Vollert to Casey. One-handed pass, bad pass by Kristen Casey. And Colo with the takeaway. Malia up to Kendall. Kendall runs, puts it in. Coach McCarty looking for a travel. I don't think Kendall really had possession of that ball, so you can't really call a travel. Bobbling it the whole way. Tipped, Davis. Back over to Snelly. Swings around to Workus. Looking down low to Reagan. Borkhardt beyond the three-point line. Through the hands. Tipped away by Vollert. Back out, Kendall, and Addie wasn't ready for it. That's one that Kendall's got a shot fake a couple times. Ball's on the floor. That's a tough foul for Kendall Dillman. That's going to be her second. Yeah, not sure about that one. Tipped it away, and then she dove for it, trying to bring it in. And she got called for the hooking foul. Kendall with 2 fouls. Royals with 4 team fouls here in the half. Workus with it. Over to Snelly against Shaw. Snelly with it now across the timeline. Gets double teamed, tipped around. And falling is Workus. And again, Lemmer throws it up there. Rebounded by Colo. Runs into Sarah Shaw. With a grin on their faces, they cross half court. Sarah out to Addie, to Malia, to Kristen. Back over to Vollert. Free throw line, kicks out to Kristen Casey. Dribble drive all the way, throws it up there. And they're going to call Kristen Casey with an offensive foul. And Schooley's going to check in for Kristen Casey with her 2 fouls. So Dillman and Schooley on the court with 2 fouls apiece. 13-9 Assumption, 10:55 to go in this first half. Nobody has scored in quite a while. Workus. And a 10-second call. Workhart was out for a second. She's going to check right back into the game. After a discussion with one of her assistant coaches, she's going to check in for Michaela Workus. 10:44 to go here in the first half. Just past 7:30 here in Wisconsin Rapids. Addie Vollert across the timeline. Colo looking down to Schooley, kicks out to Shaw. Sarah for 3 in the corner, too strong. Rebound there by Morgan Snelly. Up ahead for Alysta Ballman. And tipped away by Shaw. Turns it over. Schooley with it. Up ahead to Sarah Shaw. Goes baseline, gets bodied. Right hand. Sarah's able to finish again. Sarah's up to 7. Swings around as Lemmer. She's got it now, I should say. Right into the hands of Addie Vollert. A tough pass for Shaw. That's one that Addie's got to take to the basket. And Leah Davis checks back into the game. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit Mutual of Wausau to find an agent. MutualofWausau.com to find an agent near you. Leah Davis to inbound. In the backcourt, of course, after the turnover. And Davis throws it into the first row of the bleachers, and another turnover with 10 minutes to go in this first half. Appreciate everyone tuning in to the broadcast tonight. C-Mavs alongside Olivia Zimmerman on this Tuesday evening. Let us know where you're watching from. Good crowd watching online. Get you score updates maybe during the next free throw from around the Zaleski Sports Network. Again, we've got 8 of them for you. Blocked! Schooley blocked by Borkar and then turns it over. Shaw and puts it in. Sarah Shaw 2 more. Timeout again. Coach McCarty, a full timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds on Zaleski Sports.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
At Bauer & Fine Business Technologies in Marshfield, our company has been serving Central Wisconsin since 1955. We're still locally owned and believe strongly in supporting the communities that support us. If you're a current customer, thank you. If you're not a current customer, we'd love to work with you. Let's talk about copiers, printers, postage meters, and network services. Give us a call today at 800-288-2712 or visit our website at b-bt.com. Bauer & Fine Business Technologies. Better business together.
Second timeout taken by Coach McCarty and the Edgar Wildcats so far here tonight. Just a couple of score updates. 2-0 Tomahawk over Pacelli. They're in the first intermission. DC Everest and Wisconsin Rapids girls. Rapids up 22-20 over the Evergreens. Both teams having a rough start to the season. Evergreens and Red Raiders. Davis near half court, dribbling against Sarah Shaw. Again, the pressure has been outstanding for Assumption. Edgar still quite hasn't been able to find a weakness. Borkart spins. She's got 6. Again, Schooley with 2 fouls. Didn't want to pick up that third one. Pacelli boys, oh, what a pass by Anna Schooley, and what a finish by Malia Colo. Wow. High-low action there for Assumption. They lead 19-11. Ballman with it across court. Tripping to Snelly. Borkhardt right in front of the Assumption bench. Leah Davis down low. Good pass. Good find. And puts in for Skripshock. That's her first point, and it's 19-13. Pacelli 48-10 over Tri-County. Boys basketball. Schooley turns around. 15-footer. Bit strong. Rebounded by Davis. Colo hits the floor. And through the hands and nearly turned it over again. And Shaw is going to pick up her first foul. Bondwell and Amherst boys, 14-11 in favor of Bondwell there in the first half. Let's see, Pacelli and Green Bay Preble, 22-17, Preble on top. That's a good pickup game for the Pacelli Cardinals. Going over to the Fox Valley, going over to Green Bay, getting that game. Neilsville 33-7 over Greenwood. Kicks it back out, swings around, Leah Davis. Right side for Ballman. Skripshock with it. Leah Davis. And there's an offensive foul on Reagan Borkhardt. She can't believe it, thinks Colo flopped. As Michaela Workus will check in. Maybe. Didn't get the okay, and she'll check in for Amber Skripshock. And the one that we're watching big time here for this conference anyway, and it was a blowout to start. It's Auburndale and Newman girls, 27-8 in favor of the Eagles in the first half. Colo with it. Hands off to Shaw. Shaw gets tangled. Jaglinski on the right wing, hands it back over to Sarah Shaw. Addie Vollert left side. These two teams meet up again on January 26th. Sarah Shaw got blocked by Reagan Borkhardt, her second block of the game. And then she throws it to nobody, and it's going to be out of bounds to Assumption. It should be Assumption basketball. Was not touched. And they're going to say that it was touched by the Royals, and the Assumption bench can't believe it. Neither can I. We had a perfect view from up here. Wow, that's a tough break for the Royals. Leah Davis calling for the ball. Was not given it out of bounds. She double dribbled. Turn around, Borkhardt off the mark, rebounded by Vollert. Addie running the floor. Pass to Shaw. Sarah finishes again. A pass down by the knees, and Sarah was able to corral it and regain possession, and that one's going to be out of bounds to Assumption. 21-13 Royals, 7:07 to go first half. That game on January 26th up in Edgar. Zaleski Sports and our friends at W7 will be teaming up for that broadcast at Edgar. First time these two teams will be on W7, and a big shout out to the guys down there. They do a phenomenal job, and we'll have that game, of course, for you at the end of January. Colo down low to Vollert, gets double teamed and nearly lost it. The runner for Shaw is going to get called for the travel. Crystal Finishing Systems is a family-owned business now hiring for both their Weston and Mosinee locations. With openings in manufacturing, fabrication, management, customer service, and so much more. Join the Crystal Finishing team. Learn more at crystalfinishing.com. And Vollert takes it away but dribbles it out of bounds. Morgan Reichel will check in for the first time. With 6:31 to go in this first half. 21-13. Assumption. Across the timeline to Snelly. Skips it across to Davis. Leah traveled with it. Yep. Took that extra hop step. That was a good closeout there by Kristen Casey. Jersey night tonight here in Wisconsin Rapids. Got some basketball and NFL jerseys. When I read on January 26th that we were going to be doing that game, I think it was, what day is today? Tuesday, Sunday night. Went around the house and was looking for a purple or yellow shirt. Had a floater there, tipped around, and another block as Sarah Shaw almost picked up the foul. Another block by Borkart. January 26th, a day that will live in the memories as work has traveled. A date which will live in the memories of a lot of people, sports fans, and people that weren't even connected to sports. And we'll get into that a little bit more during halftime, January 26th of 2020. They say Pearl Harbor is a day which will live in infamy, which is tomorrow. But January 26th is a day that broke a lot of people's hearts, including mine. Kristen Casey almost threw it away. Down low to Casey on the baseline. Casey over the top to Vollert. One-handed pass to Jake Linsky to Shaw on the right side. Down low to Reichel. Reichel to Kristen Casey. Everybody's bottled up. And she tried to throw it over Borkart's arms. That's unsuccessful. Something you don't want to try and do. 5 minutes to go. Skripchak with it. And Shaw picks up her second foul. That'll be team foul number 7. And a team which shoots at a 55% mark. I believe that's Taylor Lemmer will go to the line. Taylor at 5.5 points a game. Casey Schultz checks in. Malia Colo checks in. Running can be hard on your bodies, whether you're training for marathons, competitive runs, or just for daily exercise. Turn to Roberts Physical Therapy to get moving. Keep moving and enjoy life on the run. Roberts Physical Therapy with locations in Amherst, Plainfield, and Wisconsin Rapids. First one off the mark, rebounded by Morgan Reichel, and threw it away. Wasn't ready for it. Winters in Wisconsin could be a challenge. Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling in Wisconsin Rapids has more than 100 years of making your home and business comfortable. Call Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling today. Davis with it. Turns the Skripchak against Reichel. Down low to Workus. Good job there by the Wildcats. Michaela Workus, her first bucket. If I can find her name, I can put it in the scores book. 4:35 to go. 6-point Assumption lead, 21-15. Jaglinski down to Reichel. Reichel turns it over again. Workus up ahead to Lemmer. Across the timeline against Jaglinski. Finds Workus. Kicks it out. Davis in the corner. Looking down low. Skips it back over to Lemmer. Workus at the right elbow. Swings around to Davis, looking down low. And turns, can't finish. Casey Schultz tips it away. And Lemmer throws it, trying to save it. It's going to be a jump ball to Assumption with 4 minutes to go. Get your next countertop island or backsplash from Stone Innovations, the area's go-to for fabrication, design, and installation of such a great variety of stone products. Let Stone Innovations bring your home or business look to the next level. Visit stoneinnovations.net. Schultz, Vollert, Colo, Casey, and Jaglinski. Snelly, Bauman, Skripchak, Davis, and Casey Schultz double dribbled with it with 3:49 to go. And Reagan Borkart into the game as well. Starting 5 on the floor for Edgar. No foul trouble for the Wildcats. Alyssa Bauman to inbound right in front of the scorer's table. They had to move the sticky mat, and turn it over. Up ahead to Schultz. Schultz picks it up over to Vollert. Vollert tipped. Jaglinski back over to Addy. Colo right wing. Down low to Vollert. Cutting was Colo. She lost it for a second. Back up ahead. Jaglinski for 3. Lets it fires. Good. Jordan Jaglinski on the board. She was waiting for it. 24-15. Turns it over again. Vollert a hesitation, and she's going to draw the foul. That's good hesitation dribble there. Not much Amber Scripshaw could do. Just the third team foul on Edgar with 3:11 to go in the first half. Vollert to inbound. Casey, down low to Vollert. She was wide open out of bounds. Wow, a lot of contact, nothing called. Tipped around. And tipped out by Vollert. A little upset on that tip away. A lot of contact under the basket. Leah Davis to inbound. 9 points, Assumption lead. Jaglinski almost came away with the steal. Scripshock over to Bauman. Borkart. Borkart back around. Right side for Schnelly. Back over to Reagan. Bauman, 2:40 to go. And through the hands of Reagan Borkart. And able to pick up a foul in the backcourt. That's Scripshock's foul. That's going to be her third, I believe. I don't think I marked down the foul when Sarah Shaw got fouled. Yep, that's Amber Scripshock's third foul. And Michaela Workus will check in for her. Reagan was making her way to the scorer's table. Vollert picked up her dribble. Jaglinski on the right side. Back over to Vollert. Addie over to Casey Schultz. Two Royals running at the same time in the same position. Can't have that happen. Not a lot of movement for the Royals here. 2:15 to go in the first half. Jaglinski in the corner. Kicks it over to Kristen Casey. Back over to Jaglinski. Down low to Vollert. Tips it to herself. Throws it into congestion. And Casey Schultz is going to pick up the foul. That'll be her first, the 5'6" senior. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a free quote from Carrie Van Aert, State Farm on auto, homeowners, renters, and more. For both Wisconsin Rapids and Marshfield, find Carrie Van Aert, State Farm on Facebook to get started. As Morgan Reichel will check in for Casey Schultz. I believe that's Morgan Snelly going back to the line again for the Wildcats. Again, I like the black jerseys. The JV jerseys for Edgar were on point. Green jerseys, easy to read. Not saying these ones aren't easy to read, but you get people like Michaela Workus and Reagan Borkart, and even hear Morgan Snelly's hair. Hard to read sometimes on the back of the uniforms. 24-17, 2-minute warning here in the first half. Vollert to Reichel, back out to Jaglinski. Jordan for three. Too strong, rebounded by Colo. Colo over to Kristen Casey. One-handed pass over to Jaglinski. Reichel goes baseline, finds Kristen Casey. Casey right back over to Reichel. Tiptoeing that baseline. Through the hands of Colo, and good attempt there by Addie Vollert to save it. But nothing doing with 99 seconds to go in this first half. For the best in recreational or hunting properties in Wisconsin, call our buddy Brian Roosh with Whitetail Properties. Just share your goals and Brian can tell you where and how to make it a reality. Call him at 715-213-4468. 715-213-4468. Leah Davis off the front of the rim and out of bounds. It's going to be a jump ball staying with Edgar. A quick jump ball trigger there with 1:24 to go in the first half. Again, for Edgar to just trail by 7. If you're Coach McCarty, you got to be pretty happy with a result of that here in the first. Borkart over to Davis. This time the other corner for three. Off the mark. There's going to be a foul on Workus. Foul number 5 on the Wildcats. On number 5 with 1:17 to go. Again, Royals doing a lot of this here in the half without Kendall Tillman, Anna Scully, and Sarah Shaw, all with 2 fouls. Kristen Casey over to Vollert. Vollert back over to Casey. Leah Colo on the baseline. Back over to Kristen Casey. Kicks out to Jay Glinsky in the corner for Jordan for three. Off the mark. Tipped around, rebounded by Borkart. It's a good look by Jay Glinsky with 50 seconds to go. Up ahead to Leah Davis. Can't lose her. She can't dribble. Oh, she double dribbled. Right side for Snelly. Lemmer back over to Snelly. Tipped away. Taken away by Vollert. She stops. Back over to Colo. Kristen Casey. Casey over to Vollert. 20 seconds to go, first half. Vollert over to Colo. Colo back over to Vollert. 15 seconds. Over the top to Kristen Casey. Back over to Vollert. Right wing with under 10 seconds to go. Back over to Vollert. Vollert asking for a screen. 3 seconds to go. Jaglinski, long three at the buzzer. Left it short. Tough time management there by the Royals, but a first half in the books here in Wisconsin Rapids. It's the Assumption Royals 24, the Edgar Wildcats 17. We're going to take a break here from quite a few of our sponsors, get these totals added up, and again, get you score updates from around the Zaleski Sports Network and get you ready for half number 2 between the Assumption Royals and the Edgar Wildcats. Back to Assumption High School after this on Zaleski Sports.
Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, has been a Central Wisconsin resident her entire life. That means she has the inside edge on knowing the landscape and what it takes to care for your real estate needs. Whether you're buying or selling, Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, is your friend and neighbor, ready to help.
I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, with experience in residential and commercial real estate. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
Rustic Redefined is the area's boutique clothing store for women and children. You'll find a personalized shopping experience with unique and trendy styles to choose from. Rustic Redefined specializes in affordable clothes and accessories with red carpet service. Find your individual style at Rustic Redefined on 8th Street South in Wisconsin Rapids and Rustic Redefined on Facebook.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In Central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
You know better when you see it.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
But sometimes it's a little harder to tell what better looks like, and you could use a little help.
Thanks, Mom.
Security Health Plan. Everything you need in a health plan. Everything you'd expect from a good neighbor.
Hi, this is Blake from Mobile Link. The window tint businesses, homes, and cottages. Remote starters. We've been doing remote starters for over 30 years. We have over 5,000 units installed to date. We offer a lifetime warranty on the product. This unit works from over a mile distance, and the remote tells you the car started. We know the car started because of the green light. It tells me it's running the entire time because every 3 seconds you get a light flash.
Call Blake at Mobile Link to schedule your appointment today. 715-424-5432.
One half of basketball in the books here in Wisconsin Rapids. Go through our scoring here in the first. First for the Edgar Wildcats, Taylor Lemmer has 2. Reagan Borkart with 6. Michaela Workus with 2. Morgan Snelly's got 5. She was 5 for 6 from the free throw line. And Amber Skripshock with 2 in that first half. For the Assumption Royals, Sarah Shaw has 11. Again with 2 fouls. Jordan J. Glinsky's got 3. Kendall Dillman's got 2. She's got 2 fouls. Malia Colo's got a bucket. Kristen Casey's got 2 points. And Anna Schooley's got 4, again, with those 2 fouls. The Royals able to hold this Edgar Wildcats team, a team that averages nearly 58 points a game. Both teams averaging 58 points a game nearly this year. But, again, the turnover factor that Assumption is able to make an issue against Assumption or against their opponents is coming to fruition again here tonight. But again, if you're Coach McCarty and the Edgar Wildcats with a player like Reagan Borkart that's only got 6, and Leah Davis that was held scoreless in that first half, to only be down by 7 on the road against the second place team in the conference, I guess, because Edgar is 3-0 in the conference in the Merriwood Conference. You can't really call it the Merriwood South. It's the Merriwood Conference because the Merriwood Conference because the crossover games matter towards the final record. So get you a score from Amherst, Bondwell 31, Amherst 26. That game is at halftime. But you got to be happy if you're Coach McCarty. Maybe not happy, but have to be maybe relieved that you're only down by 7 against a team like Assumption. Again, on the road with two of your top 2 scores combined, and only one of them scoring. Reagan Borkart had 6. Again, Leah Davis with nothing. If you're Coach Klein, you got to be pretty happy as well. Sarah Shaw with 11 points. She, again, with those 2 fouls. Kendall Dillman had an early bucket. She's got 2 fouls. And Anna Schooley's got those 4 points. But, again, with 2 fouls, they're going to need those girls to stay out of foul trouble and be able to compete with Reagan Borkart down the stretch. That's where Anna Schooley kind of got in a little bit of an issue in that first half against one of the most talented athletes probably to ever come through the Merriwood Conference on the volleyball court and the basketball court as well. We're about 3.5 minutes before our second half begins as the Assumption Royals coming out of their locker room leading by 7 as we'll play commercials until the second half begins. We ended off on Mobile Link. So all right. We'll be back in about 3 minutes as we get you ready for half number 2, Assumption Royals, Edgar Wildcats, right here exclusively on Zaleski Sports.
Nasonville Dairy, family-owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on U.S. Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
Welcome to Key Savings Bank. Why so serious?
It's my game face. Happens every football season. I know with your great lineup of financial services, you can give me the competitive advantage, right?
Right.
Up the middle with straight ahead checking.
Over the top with a low interest mortgage loan.
Sweep to the left with a high yield CD.
Then drive home with an auto loan flea flicker.
Wow, what a game plan.
And a championship staff to go with it.
No, look out for this. Water cooler.
Key Savings Bank, where you'll feel right at home.
I'll get the mop.
Wisconsin River Orthopedics has been providing comprehensive care to Wood County for over 50 years. We offer urgent care for orthopedic pain and injuries, joint replacement, along with focused sports medicine care from evaluation to rehabilitation. Our facilities offer a spacious rehab center to get you back to doing what you love most, along with the latest technology in our ambulatory surgery center and a comfortable open MRI. Stop living with pain and limited range in your joints. Turn to Wisconsin River Orthopedics and get back to the way life is meant to be.
For years, our Stone Innovations customers told us they love our countertops, but only wanted to deal with one company for their entire kitchen project. Well, we've heard you. So now Stone Innovations can give you a brand new kitchen with the same high quality products, selection, expertise we've been giving you for years. And now we can give you that brand new kitchen in just 1 week. After sitting down with our designers, picking out cabinets, countertops, and flooring, it will only take us 1 week to install everything. Stone Innovations, new kitchens in just 1 week.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota subcompact and compact tractors. Our #1 selling tractors are built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota subcompact or compact tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months and save $1,000. See your local Kubota dealer today.
Your local Kubota dealer is Chili Implement, located 1 mile north of Highway 10 in Chili.
Welcome back. All right, welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids, the Assumption Royals and Edgar Wildcats. Steve Mapes alongside Olivia Zimmerman as we get you ready for half number 2, the starting 5 out there for both sides. Again, not Anna Schooley. She didn't start this. She's not starting the second half. She did start the game because of an issue with the scorebook. So that's where we stand now. Shaw, Casey, Dillman, Vollert, and Colo. And then the starting 5 for the Wildcats as well. Who do we got out there? Borkhardt, Bauman, Schnelly, Davis, and Skripshock. And Kendall Dillman nearly turned it over. Colo back out to Kristen Casey on the right wing. Skips it across to Vollert. Shaw, Dillman in the corner. 30 seconds gone by. Again, we talk about it a lot. The first couple minutes of a half will really help determine on how this half is going to go, or how the end of this game was going to go. Good defense here by the Wildcats to start the second half. Colo on the right wing. Kendall Dillman at the top of the key. Swings it around to Vollert, to Shaw in the corner. Minute gone by in the second half. Dillman down to Addie Vollert. Turns. Kristen Casey lets a 3 fly. Too strong. Rebounded by Colo. She took a dribble. Dillman with the rebound. Down to Colo. 1 minute and 10 seconds on this possession for the Royals. Vollert over to Shaw. Shaw into Casey, out to Dillman. Kendall for 3 is off the mark. Rebound up ahead here for the Wildcats. Dillman knocks it away and taken away. Football pass and intercepted. Up ahead to Bauman. Down low to Borkhardt through the hands. A mess of turnovers to start the second half for both sides. Shaw out to Colo. Hands off to Dillman in the corner. Colo on the baseline. Shaw over to Dillman. Again, trying to reset things here. 16-10 to go. Shaw straight on 3. Top of the key. Sarah Shaw up to 14 here tonight. Six Royals in the scorebook in that first half. Three-pointer, Borkhardt, too strong. Rebounded by Shaw. Ball's on the floor, and it's going to be kicked by Sarah Shaw, I believe they said. (27-17) Royals. Kicks it out here for Bauman. Looking for Davis in the corner. Nothing happening. Skripshock over to Schnelly. Back over to Leah Davis. Line drive pass. Right hand up and counted and one. Skripshock, strong take with her 3 fouls. Drawing the foul on Malia Colo. With so much of our lives riding on the internet these days, choosing a provider you can rely on has become more important than ever. As a local company, Solaris sees their customers as neighbors and not just numbers. You can trust their fiber delivers the fastest, most reliable, and most advanced internet experience in town. Visit Solaris.net. The end one was good. 7-point game. Shaw on the right wing. Jaglinski and Schooley getting ready to check in. Colo well beyond the three-point line, hands it off to Sarah Shaw. 15:25 to go. Royals lead by 7. Dillman over to Colo. Colo over to Vollert, goes baseline, dribbles into traffic. Casey over to Dillman in the corner. Kendall for 3, too strong. Rebounded by Leah Davis. Davis jump stops and resets things. Davis right side and turns it over into the hands of Kristen Casey. Pushing it up ahead to Kendall Dillman, to Sarah Shaw, out to Dillman. Dillman to Casey. Casey over to Vollert. Addy for 3, too strong. Going up, Borkhardt tipped it around, and she was throwing elbows. Oh my goodness. Dillman's going to pick up her 3rd foul with Reagan Borkhardt throwing those elbows. Jaglinski and Schooley check in for Dillman and Colo. I believe Reagan Borkhardt may have gotten poked in the eye. 7-point game, 14:40 to go. Ballman picks up her dribble, swings around over to Davis. Davis back to the top of the key for Schnelly, down to Borkhardt. Borkhardt goes baseline, steps through, off, and rebounded by Kristen Casey. Up ahead to Jaglinski. Out to Kristen Casey. 2 in, 2 out for Edgar on the next dead ball. Sarah Shaw over to Schooley. Back out to Kristen Casey. Vollert in the lane. Kicks it down to Shaw. Steps through. Blocked by Borkhardt. Her 4th of the game. And turns it over. Sarah Shaw got bumped and can't finish, but she'll go to line for a couple of free throws. Wisconsin River Orthopedics encourages you to stop living with the pain. Come see them and let's get you back to living your life to the fullest. For joint pain, rehabilitation, urgent care, and more. Come to Wisconsin River Orthopedics in Wisconsin Rapids. Shaw's first one is good. She's up to 15 here tonight. Maida Custom Apparel in Stevens Point provides quality decorated apparel from hometown schools and summer teams to corporate and team outings, along with promotional items and sporting goods. That's Maida Custom Apparel in the Business Park in Stevens Point, one of the few business parks that they have. Shaw 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Right off I-39, right by Crossroad Commons, that business park over there. Crossroad Commons is technically, I believe, in Plover, and then the business park across the street, and the other side of the street is Stevens Point. My dentist is over there, so I think their address is Stevens Point. Not crazy. 13:48 to go, 29-20 Assumption. Davis looking for an inbound, tipped by Colo. Dillman up to Jaglinski. Jaglinski back down to Colo, pull up, left it short, rebounded by Workus. Up ahead to Taylor Lemmer. Lemmer nearly traveled with it in the backcourt, tipped around, it's got to be close to 10 seconds. No way. And Kendall Dillman just picked up her 4th foul. A very close 10-second call. Michaela Workus to inbound. So Royals have to play without Kendall Dillman probably for a majority of this second half. Rest of the ball game. Workus down low to Davis. Leah for 3 in the corner. Rattles it in. She had 15 against Rib Lake, 5 for 10 from beyond the arc. And it's just a 6-point ball game. Skips over to Vollert on the right wing. Schooley at the free throw line, got bodied, somehow found Shaw, she got fouled. And she'll go to the line for 2 more free throws. Rustic Redefined provides a boutique shopping experience with unique and affordable clothing and accessories to fit your individual style. Shop Rustic Redefined on 8th Street in Wisconsin Rapids. Leah Davis picks up her first. And Sarah's free throw is off the mark. Upcoming for the Assumption Royals Friday, December 9th, they host the Chequamegon Screaming Eagles. Again, we will not have that game for you as it's a girls-boys doubleheader. The boys' game should be competitive. Girls' game most likely not. Tipped around. Colo got bodied out of the way. Shaw 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Snelly goes baseline, picks up her dribble in no man's land. And Coach McCarty is going to take a 30-second timeout. 12:52 to go in the ballgame. 29-23. Assumption on top. Back to Assumption after this.
Little Sprouts is now open in Rudolph with the same great child care you know about in Auburndale. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
The community here in Rudolph has been extremely welcoming, and we're excited to serve here just like we do up in Auburndale. Part of the process is to help out the school districts and to help the children stay, their 4K children to stay close and get services right here. We serve here in Rudolph 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds, and up in Auburndale we serve 6 weeks old until 12-year-olds.
Our Auburndale pea pods, wiggle worms, busy bees, and fireflies welcome the Rudolph sweet potatoes, lovely ladybugs, and beautiful butterflies. Contact Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Inbounding in the front court corner are the Edgar Wildcats. Score from Greenwood, 75-17. Neelsville over Greenwood. I putting game notes together for our buddy Joe Anderson. As the officials lined up in their wrong spots. Putting game notes together, it was realistic that Neelsville could score 100 points against Greenwood tonight. Not sure if Coach Geyer will do that or not. I think they scored 90 against Gilman the other night. Skips all the way across over to Lemmer. Picks up her dribble, finds Snelly. Back over to Lemmer, looking down to Borkhardt, nothing doing. Swings around to Leah Davis. Davis top of the key for Snelly. Back over to Lemmer. Tough defense by Kristen Casey. Workus out to Davis. Davis to Snelly. Swings around, down low to Workus. And threw it to Reagan Borkhardt, couldn't finish. Rebound, there's going to be a foul. Oh my goodness. Jump ball, it's going to stay with the Wildcats. Looking and inbounding to Lemmer. Back over to Snelly. Borkhardt on the left wing. Snelly swings it back around to Lemmer. 29-23, 12 minutes to go. Borkhardt skips it across to Davis. Blocked by Shaw. Shaw down to Schooley, and Anna finishes. What a sequence there by the Royals. Workus at the midcourt stripe. Picked up her dribble. Borkhardt in the corner. Skips it across to Davis. Back over to Snelly in the lane. Throws it up there and can't get it to go. Rebounded by Shaw. Sarah having another phenomenal night here. Up ahead to Schooley. Pull up on the baseline. Anna for 2 more. Schooley's up to 8. 4 in a row for the Royals. They lead back up by 10. Left side, Lemmer. Snelly. Down low to Borkhardt. Throws it to nobody. Her footing was all off kilter. Davis to Lemmer. Kristen Casey almost comes away with the steal. And because it was tipped, no backcourt violation. Lemmer to Borkhardt. Skips it over to Snelly on the right wing. Skips it across to Davis. Davis can just backed up, looking for room to give it to Reagan. Davis down to Borkhardt in the corner. Skips it down low. Good find. Up and can't get it to go. Sarah Shaw's going to pick up foul number 3. Morgan Snelly's going to go to the line for a couple of free throws. She was 5 for 6 in the first half. Spectrum Benefit Solutions has offices located throughout central Wisconsin. Spectrum Benefit Solutions is your group benefits provider for health, dental, accident, and life insurance. Spectrum Benefit Solutions works with hundreds of clients of all sizes to help you attract and retain the best employees. Find Spectrum Benefit Solutions on Facebook to get started today. First one off the mark. Dillman checked back into the game as well as Colo. Shaw a breather, and Snelly's 1 for 2 from the line. 33-24, 10.5 minutes to go. And Dillman with 4 fouls. No movement here by the Royals. Looking for Jaglinski in the corner. Back over to Dillman on the left side. Kristen Casey with it. Back over to Dillman. Dillman to Colo. Colo got bodied up. Back over to Kristen Casey. Casey over to Jaglinski in the corner. Looking down low. Skips over to Dillman. Dillman to Scully in the baseline. Over to Jaglinski. Over to Casey. Dillman. Back over to Kristen Casey. Orton Jaglinski down to Anna Scully. Turns around, blocked again. Borkhardt, block number 5, tipped by Dillman. She saves it. Up ahead to Borkhardt. You got to throw that at your own basket, so no transition. Up ahead to Lemmer. And tipped and another turnover. Jaglinski up to Dillman. Dillman down to Colo. Colo turns and finishes. Good footwork there by Malia. Saw a similar play to that in their game against Phillips on Friday. Royals lead by 11. Borkhardt goes baseline. Don't want to give anything up. She's going to go to the line. Kristen Casey picks up the foul. That'll be just her second. And team 5, Borkhardt to the line for a couple of free throws. Reagan on the year, 50% from the free throw line. Again, small sample, but still something to work with. Borkhardt's first free throw is off the mark. Thank you to our game day sponsors, Rapid Sheet Metal, Sparhawk Trucking, and Scott Krug Realty. As Sarah Shaw checks in for Jordan Jaglinski. 5 team fouls on the Royals, 2 on Edgar here in the second half. 9:15 to go. Second one for Reagan is good. Whistle blows, and Coach McCarty will take a full timeout. He's only got 1 left after this. We'll be back to Wisconsin Rapids after this on Zaleski Sports.
When the last thing you need to happen does. One of our 16 mobile service trucks from Sherrill Tire and Service Center can keep you rolling and growing. Sherrill Tire and Service Center, your locally owned farm tire specialist.
Sherrill Tire and Service, keep growing and rolling with us.
Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and the Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Full court pressure put on by Edgar out of the timeout. And they're going to turn it over as they say that Kendall Dillman did not put herself in the front court before Malia Colo handed it off to her, so backcourt violation. 9 minutes to go, halfway through the second half. Workus in the corner, looking down to Borkhardt, goes baseline. Pull-up jumper for Skripczak is off the mark. Workus flies high for the rebound. She's got 4, and now they back out of the pressure. Head to Anna Scully. Scully over to Dillman. Down low to Colo. She get bodied up. Counted at 1! What a play for Malia Colo! Nice pass, good finish. Malia Colo puts in. Now they're trying to figure out who to put the foul on or who to give the foul to. And it's going to go on Michaela Workus. No, they're not going to give her the points. What in the world? Oh, you got to scratch that out. That was interesting that no points were given. But Assumption gives Sarah Shaw 2 more. Wow, that was a heck of a play by Malia Colo for those 2 points not to count. Up ahead to Reagan. Right side, tipped away by Colo. Swings around to Workus. Goes baseline again, picks up her dribble, taken away by Shaw, and tosses it up ahead. Go. Gotta go. Had numbers. Royals slow it down. Sarah Shaw into the front court. Anna Schooley kicks it out to Kristen Casey over to Malia Colo. Colo over to Shaw. 8 minutes to go, 10-point Royals lead, 37-27. Kicks it out to Dillman. Back over to Schooley. Schooley to Colo, top of the key. Back over to Sarah Shaw, looking down to Kristen Casey. Casey dribbles out of it. Schooley, 16-footer, is left short. Rebound taken by Skripschak, pardon me. Up ahead, tipped away and turned over. Schooley hits the floor after the steal. And Kendall Dillman is going to lose it. And to Edgar it goes. Skripschak and Bauman out. Davis and Lemmer in, I believe, unless Snelly came in. Workus up ahead to Leah Davis. Over to Lemmer on the right wing. Again, Dillman with 4 fouls, Schooley with 3. Down low to Borkhardt. Good shot fake there. Reagan puts it up and in. It's up to 9, averages 22.5. Shaw down to Colo. Colo to Schooley, over to Kristen Casey. Colo at the free throw line. Takes a dribble over to Dillman with 6:55 to go. Schooley just right of the circle. Goes baseline, right hand. She got hammered with no foul. Casey over to Dillman. Shaw, Colo. Down to Shaw, good cut, and Sarah finishes again. Maybe missed one layup tonight for Sarah Shaw. She's been on point. Lemmer picks up her dribble in the backcourt. Borkhardt. And Sarah takes it away. And they're going to call a foul on Sarah Shaw. Her 4th. Sarah Shaw picks up her 4th with 6:20 to go. And Vollert's going to sub in for Sarah Shaw. Across the timeline for Snelly, picks up her dribble over to Lemmer. Right side, Lemmer. Looking down low, ball's on the floor, Borkhardt. Swings around to Davis. Leah for 3. Can't get it to go. Ball's on the floor. It's going to be a jump ball to Assumption. Nope, foul on Borkhardt. That'll be her 2nd. Leah Davis just has not been able to find the groove tonight from beyond the arc. And Jordan Jaglinski will check in for Kendall Dillman. Addie Vollert with it. 6 minutes to go, 10-point Royals lead. Right side for Kristen Casey. Again, Royals at this point want to try and take some time off the clock. Schooley top of the key against Reagan Borkhardt. Swings around to Colo. Colo looking down low, nothing happening, turns it over. Jordan Jaglinski with it. Over to Anna Schooley. Schooley down to Vollert. Vollert over to Schooley. Schooley out to Jaglinski. Gets a screen from Schooley over to Vollert. Vollert into the lane. Again, no rush if you're Assumption up by 10 with 5:20 to go. Right side, Anna Schooley, the drive, the right hand, count it, and 1 for Anna Schooley. Again, patient offense for Assumption. We'll talk to Coach Klein about that if the Royals are able to hold on here tonight, starting the second half with about a minute and 20-second possession. And just on that one, able to erase about 45 seconds off of the clock. Royals up by 13. Lemmer swings around to Snelly and threw it away. Another turnover. Kristen Casey couldn't dribble, and she threw it up ahead to Addie Vollert. And Coach Shaglinski uses his timeout here in the second half. Back to Assumption after this, 5 minutes to go.
We said we're growing, and we are. Come join the Crystal Finishing family. We're looking for experienced industrial maintenance mechanics, CNC fabricators, all driver positions for our freight team, as well as skilled and general production. We know the importance of a work and life balance. Our shift options and flexible schedules set us apart. Our pay ranges from $17 to $43 per hour depending on your skill level. We're proud to be a family-owned company that is committed to our community, team members, and the growth of our business. Call or jump on our website to learn more.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids Assumption. As Royals up by 13, that's the first time out taken by Assumption here tonight. But we'd like to thank our friends over at Mobile Link. Blake from Mobile Link, just saw him walk in here earlier. Mobile Link in Wisconsin Rapids is your go-to for car and boat services, including window tinting, remote start, and accessorizing. And again, the biggest thing right now, call Blake from Mobile Link to get your remote start. Jordan Jaglinski, top of the key. 5 team fouls for Edgar. Colo at the free throw line. Swings around to Addie Vollert. Addie for 3. Left it short and out of bounds to Edgar. Off of Kristen Casey. Zach Technology in downtown Wisconsin Rapids is your go-to for residential and commercial computer repair. Custom-built desktops, off-site backup, and mobile repair. Look to Zach Technology in downtown Wisconsin Rapids. Kendall Dillman to guard the inbounds. Right side for Alyssa Ballman. Next foul puts Edgar at the line. And that's Edgar's final timeout. From my records anyway. With 4.5 minutes to go in the game, Edgar, I believe, without any timeouts left. We'll be back. Yep, that's what Coach Jeff Sullivan just said at the scores table. No more timeouts for Edgar. They'll have to play the last 4.5 without any. Back to Assumption after this on Zaleski Sports.
Don't let pain or mobility issues keep you from enjoying life. Let our physical therapy doctors and our staff at Roberts Physical Therapy help you recover your ability to move easily and live free of aches and pains, providing effective individual treatment plans. Whether you're experiencing problems with balance and mobility, you're experiencing pain in your low back, or you're dealing with any other physical challenges, we'll take care of you. For more information on how we can service your needs, contact us today.
Hi, this is Van Patrick Oates from Rapids Awards and More. People ask, what is the more part of Awards and More? Well, that means that we're more than just an award store. We engrave glass, wood, plastic, guns, Yeti cups, medals, knives, and so much more. We're located on the web at awardsandmore.us. And if you're in the Wisconsin Rapids area, visit our physical store at 1210 Pepper Avenue or check us out on Facebook. Rapids Awards and More than just awards.
4:35 to go in the ball game. Edgar without any timeouts remaining. So a timeout taken would result in a technical foul. And Reagan Borkhardt petitions the officials to get the ball. And Scully hasn't committed a foul here in the second half. Knock on wood if you're an Assumption Royals fan. Alyssa Ballman on the right side. Kendall Dillman's got 4. And she can't finish. Tipped in the air. Throws up there. Can't get it to go. Tipped around. Scully comes away with it for Assumption. Kendall Dillman in the front court. She gets bodied hard, and she'll go to the line for 2. Aaliyah Davis picks up her second. Heartland Farms postgame show will wrap up our broadcast here tonight. Malia Colo and Kristen Casey get ready to check in. Again, last game against Phillips, Kendall Dillman was on fire, had 20 points. as Kendall's first one is no good. 20 points, a pair of three-pointers, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Royals lead by 13, still 4 minutes to go. A lot of time left to go in this one. Dillman 1 for 2 from the free throw line. She's up to 3 tonight. Again, major foul trouble. Borkart up ahead to Davis. And Leah just 1 3-pointer tonight. Down low to Borkart against Schooley. She turns. Back out to Davis. Low pass over to Ballman. Right side for Snelly. Looking down to Borkart. Working against Anna Schooley. Looking down to Borkart. Tipped away by Shaw. Davis on the right side. In the lane. Right hand. Fading away and spins it in for Reagan Borkart. Full court pressure put on here by the Wildcats. Dillman up to Shaw. Shaw up to Kristen Casey. And she got fouled 3 times as Morgan Snelly gets up and says, I'm sorry. Sarah Shaw will head to the free throw line for bonus free throws. 0 for 2 her last time at the line. Something that doesn't happen very often. Skripchak picks up her 4th foul. Michaela Workus into the game. Sarah Shaw at the line for 1 and 1. Again, Royals just shooting 51% from the free throw line as a team this year. The first one for Sarah rattles in. .21 tonight for Sarah Shaw. Second one splashes in there, nothing but the bottom of the net. Royals back up by 14. Again, said it earlier. Yep. Drag that back pivot foot in Morgan Snelly. It said it about a minute and a half ago game time that the biggest thing right now for Edgar is you don't have any timeouts left. Kendall Dillman down to Anna Schooley. Schooley gets body and she'll go to the line. I know we've talked to Sarah Shaw already this year, but that was the first game of the year. And Lemmer checks in. Bauman. Schooley's first one is good. And second one is off the mark. Lemmer with it. Snelly just crossing the timeline. Back over to Taylor. 46-31, 2:50 to go. 2-3 zone for the Royals. Looking down to Borkart. She goes baseline, trying to do it all herself. Throws it up there, can't get it to go. Tipped away by Workus. Kristen Casey comes away with it. Kristen will see Michaela in the springtime on the softball diamond. Dillman back out to Colo. Again, no rush if you're Assumption. Up by 15 with 2.5 minutes to go. But Anna Schooley wants to add to her point total. Can't get it to go. And Malia Colo will pick up a foul. That stops the clock and puts Edgar at the free throw line. And I believe it's Michaela Workus. Workus at the line for 1 and 1. First one for Workus is good. Michaela's up to 5 tonight. Good to see Michaela Workus back in the lineup. Again, nursing an early season injury. See that brace on her right ankle. Again, a team that made it to the sectional final in volleyball and went to state last year in softball. And Sarah Shaw is going to dribble it out of bounds. With 2:19 to go, Royals up by 14. Again, early season, but the Merriwood Conference, Merriwood South in particular, one of the best conferences top to bottom in the whole state. And if you look at the polls that came out today, Royals at 2, Athens at 3, Edgar at 5, I believe, as that one's going to be taken away. Malia Colo got blocked by Workus, and she's going to pick up a foul. And Malia Colo will head to the line for a couple of free throws. And the Edgar Wildcat fans couldn't believe it. A little bit of a body there by Workus. Colo to the line for 2 free throws. Again, the sophomore's getting it done again for Assumption, as first free throw way off the mark. As Coach Klein comes out and fixes the net, make sure everything is good to go. Malia's first free throw didn't need the net. It was not close. Second one for Malia is off the back bracket, rebounded by Michaela Workus. 1:50 to go in the ballgame. Royals lead by 14, 46-32. Workus with it at the A of Assumption at center court. Tipped there by Kristen Casey, and staying with Edgar. Inbounding baseline right is Leah Davis to our right. Inbounds it and nearly taken away again by Shaw. Snelly on the floor. Leah Davis getting bodied up by Sarah Shaw. Finds Borkart down to Workus, and Colo's going to pick up a foul. Michaela Workus will head to the line. It's going to be Malia's third, and Workus to the line for 2 more free throws. Non-bonus free throws here. 2 shots on the 2-shot foul. First one for Michaela is left short. Upcoming for Edgar. They don't play until next Monday. 6 days off, and they'll take on Prentice. Second one is too strong. Offensive rebound taken by Leah Davis on the free throw. And Davis tried to go without the ball. And then Thursday, December 15th, they host Stratford. Tuesday, December 20th, maybe we go see them in Mosinee. We'll see what our schedule entails. And then we will see them over the Christmas break at the Century Classic. I put Cranberry Classic, not sure why I put that. They'll be at the Century Classic at UWSP. On the 28th, they'll take on Amherst, the first game of the tournament. And then December 30th, they will take on Columbus Catholic, the first game of the last day of the tournament. We'll have both of those games live from the University of Wisconsin, Stevens Point. Kristen Casey, top of the key. Under a minute to go. Royals, again, they did it to begin this half, but no reason to rush. And Coach Klein will take a full timeout. 49.2 seconds to go. We'll hear from, I'll start the commercial line over. All right, back to Assumption after this.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. Start your classes and get your degree right here, or transfer to your 4-year.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. In person at 4 convenient campuses, online or a hybrid.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here for your Career Accelerator Certificate, a quick way to get ahead in your career.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here. Register to start this spring.
Get started at mstc.edu.
Mid-State Technical College. You belong here.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across the
Assumption cleaning out their bench here with 49 seconds to go. Claire Nelson, Casey Schultz, Ari Kavanaugh into the game. Amber Schenek into the game, as well as Morgan Reichel to run out the clock here to finish this one for the Assumption Royals. The biggest thing tonight for Assumption, getting that conference win. Right now, they, along with Athens and the Merriwood North, are the only 2 undefeated conference teams left. Auburndale last week got beat by Auburndale lost to Abbotsford by 10. That was the first time Abbotsford had beat Auburndale in 20 years. And so that helped I think Abbotsford might be undefeated in conference as well. Assumption will take on Abbotsford at the end of the year. I think their second to last game. But, again, a huge, huge win, wire to wire for the Assumption Royals here tonight. Not really. They were down 3-0, but after that, it was a game full of runs. And to be able to hold this Edgar Wildcats team, as Morgan Reichel almost finishes, she puts it up, can't finish yet. But to be able to hold this Edgar Wildcats team that averages 58 points a game to just 32 was absolutely outstanding tonight. 34 as Skripshock puts it in at the buzzer. And the Assumption Royals pick up a huge conference win here tonight, 46-34 over the Edgar Wildcats. We'll have an opportunity to talk to head coach Ryan Klein and our Zaleski Sports player of the game, Sarah Shaw. We'll be back to Assumption after this on Zaleski Sports.
What Heartland Farms is a large potato and vegetable operation. Who Heartland Farms is a group of hardworking, dedicated people who have a common vision.
Heartland Farms is an accumulation of individuals who came from family farm backgrounds, grew up on family farms, and now have come together as one larger team to own and manage a much larger farm enterprise.
Good? All right, welcome back to Assumption High School. Welcome back to Assumption High School as the Royals pick up a huge conference win here tonight over the Edgar Wildcats, 46-34 here with head coach Ryan Klein. Coach, to be able to hold a team like Edgar to 34 points, obviously defense is a staple here at Assumption. Just talk about the effort tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we knew we had to be sound in the half court. When you get into these familiar opponents in our conference, it always kind of turns into a half-court battle. So we were able to speed them up a couple of times and got some easy looks. But yeah, it was a good half-court battle, and those aren't exactly the prettiest to watch all the time, but I think it was well fought on both ends.
Reagan Borkhardt averaging 22.5 points a game, came in, finished with 11. Leah Davis, the leading three-point shooter probably in the conference, just 3 points. Again, just huge defensive effort tonight against two top players in this conference.
Yeah, I mean, get a lot of credit to Paul with the scouting reports and everything. I think our girls were pretty dialed into what they were going to see, and we play these guys pretty frequently. I mean, we see them in the summer and things like that too, so they stand out. You don't have to say, hey, it's that number. You say, hey, it's Reagan, or whatever. So,
and able to, in the first half, get through foul trouble in that first half with Anna, Kendall, and Sarah with 2 fouls. Just talk about the girls that were on the court at the end of that half to be able to have that 7-point lead at halftime.
Yeah, I mean, I think, we basically have a 7-person rotation, but with 2 seniors sitting right there, it's really nice because I don't feel like we're really ever in foul trouble because I got capable people on the bench too. So our girls, I thought, in all aspects, it's a team win, so happy for them.
Perfect. Thanks, Coach. See you next week. Bringing our Zaleski Sports Highlight House player of the game, Sarah Shaw. Sarah, 22 more tonight for you, 11 in the first half. The big thing that Coach Jags and I talk about, joke around about, obviously being able to finish layups this year, you had some tough contested layups tonight that you're able to finish.
Yeah, today I was able to finish a few layups, but we were able to get some boards and transition and get some offensive points.
And defense, like I just talked to Coach about, defense is a staple here at Assumption, obviously, but to be able to hold a team like Edgar to 34 points, just talk about how big that was.
Yeah, we knew once they got their shot up, we had to get a rebound so they didn't have second opportunities.
And last undefeated team in the Merriwood South now this year, Auburndale lost last week. Just talk about being able to put your mark on the conference early on this year.
Yeah, hopefully we can keep this momentum going and finish off first in conference.
We're going to put you in the house. All right, I'll get out of the way here. All right, in front of everybody, go ahead.
I'm Sarah Shaw and I'm in the house.
Thanks, Sarah. Congratulations. With that, we're going to sign things off here from Assumption High School. Again, we will not have the broadcast on Friday as it is a girls-boys doubleheader against Shagwamigan. I'll be over in Port Edwards Blackhawks, Almond Bancroft Eagles for a huge Central Wisconsin South Conference matchup in boys basketball. Highlights of this game later on tonight on Facebook at Zaleski Sports, Wisconsin Rapids. For Olivia Zimmerman, this is Steve May signing off. Again, the Assumption Royals 46, the Edgar Wildcats 34. Good night, everyone, from all of us here at Zaleski Sports.